Hey friends, it is Amanda here with Mettle Modern Design and Deep South Shelling coming to you live tonight on behalf of our friends at Essential Stencil. I'm a rebel without a cause. We're going to be using the turtle transfers that just restocked, and you can see I cut one out and I'll show you what I did with it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a couple more turtles to a couple more ornaments, and then I'll show you how I'm going to continue to embellish them just a bit to make them a little bit more fancy. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our turtle transfers. I'm going to angle you down a bit. If you see my mess, you just act like you didn't see anything. It's been a busy crafting time around here. Okay, so I'm just gonna come up and I'm gonna cut out a couple of the turtles, just the smaller ones. I need to get some more of these as well now that I think of it. I am down to like my last set. Okay, so I'm gonna use my pliers that I love to use when doing glasswork. I determined that it can help me keep my balls. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of wedge it in right here. Now I did think I could grab a piece of styrofoam and stick it in that, like stick the base in that, and that might help hold it still. And that probably, I've got some styrofoam down there. We might do that when it is time to do the embellishing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and this came off without a hitch last time, so I'm hoping it's just as easy this time. Round surfaces are just naturally a bit more difficult than flat surfaces, but they're not impossible. So I'm just gonna kind of lay this down. We're gonna start at the top and then we'll work our way around. So I'm gonna use a popsicle stick for this because it's a little bit more targeted and skinny than some of the things we would typically use. So I'm just gonna start rubbing it down. Do you see how I'm doing that? We're just kind of pressing it down as we go. And once that's adhered on, it will release, and then that should give us some flexibility to continue to rub on other areas. And our last spot we put down, keep rubbing that a little bit. It's almost ready. Okay. And just like that, we have the pretty little turtle added to our bulb. Just smoothing it out with my finger. I'm not gonna sand this because it would scratch the bulb. See how it just added a little something? So this is what it looks like on the lighter one. This is what it looks like on the darker one. Okay, from here, what I'm gonna do is add some jute. I'm just gonna pull some of this out, if I can find to the end. Probably didn't find the right end, but that's okay. Good enough, I suppose. We're just gonna cut some jute. What I like to do is fold it in half, and then I'm gonna right through here, and then I'm gonna create a loop with my finger, and we're gonna pull the two ends through. Oop, I pulled that off, that's okay. So we made it tight. Now we will put this back down. We might hot glue that back down, we'll see. So now we've got two open ends. All I'm gonna do is position it wide enough that I think it can get over the tree branch, and we'll just tie a knot and pull it tight. And we've got that so far. Okay, now here's where the extras come in. So I think this adds just a little extra element. And then from here, what you can do, let's start with this one. I could probably actually, ooh, this works. This is just the center to my, oh, that's excellent. That was a God thing, because I didn't even see that before, but this fits right in there. It's gonna hold it really still for me. Let me show you so I can access everything. And so I've got some netting. This is like some different netting that we can use. I'm just gonna cut a little piece here. We'll see how that goes. We can use some netting. We could use I got a whole bunch of different little things here. I brought in some moss, some netting. I've got starfish, I've got seashells. I grabbed a handful of different little things. That was the wrong thing, but I've got little dried florals that we could use. Starfish, seashells, I did say that. Okay, I thought this one was pretty unique because the starfish kind of dried rounded, and that kind of fits the top of our bulb really nicely. So we'll use that one in something as well. So I am gonna kind of just tilt it up, and we're just gonna start in with a few different things that I think are interesting. So, whoop, do I need to angle you down more? Can you see? Let me just make sure which direction I want this. I like it right like that. So let me back up and say hot glue, Alien's clear tacky gel. I love the Alien's clear tacky gel. I always store mine upside down. E6000, I do have the hot glue over here heating up. And so we're gonna try to use hot glue because I feel like for right now anyway, it's gonna hold faster. In the Florida heat, I prefer not to always use hot glue because it does fail me sometimes. But I think at least for right now, for what we're doing for the live, I should use hot glue just to keep it all together. So we're just gonna start with a little piece of natural coral, sea coral there. So I'm just gonna grab a little cowrie shell. I like this one. I don't even know what this is. It's just a random assorted shell. So we're just gonna kind of pop that in as well. I'm gonna see which way I wanna angle it. Probably, I gotta think about which way you're gonna see this on your tree. I'm gonna go with this one because I like the colors. I'm just gonna put a little dollop of glue right on the base of the ball there and stick that shell right in. Okay. Now we could have put some of this down first, which might have been smart. We'll do that on the next one and see kind of how it goes. We can put a couple of little sprigs of this this floral in. Do you kind of see how that's a little bit long, but I think that would be interesting. I'll just kind of cut it up where it's a little bit smaller, and we'll just put a little hot glue on the tip of it. And we're just going to kind of poke it in. Now, those of you who sell at craft fairs, especially my little coastal crafters, I think some things like this might be interesting enough that they sell really well for you. And so we're just going to continue to add a few extra things. We're going to add a limpet shell. These are called limpets. They are very pretty. And I'm just going to stick a little hot glue on the back of that. Now, how many of you in your craft closet or your Christmas stash have ornaments like this that are a little bit tired? I think this might be a great way to spruce them up. And so now we've just got that little shell there. It might be too late, but I might be able to bring in just a bit of it. If I maybe twist and turn it a little bit, let's see how that ends up working. I don't put that. We'll save that for a different piece. So I've got just some more little sprigs of coral we could use. I am going to put that piece in right there because I love that. It's also a little curvy, and so it ought to hug pretty nicely our piece. We'll just hold that in place. If you have little pieces of sea glass or other little beach collections, did you see the little added elements? You could add all kinds of different little things to your piece here. I'm going to add one of these little, this is called a pearlized embonium. I'm really trying hard not to burn myself tonight. A little pearlized embonium. We'll hold that in. I will put another little sprig of this on the other side just to kind of even it out. We'll just stick a little limpet. Ooh, that one got hot. And so I think I can continue to add, but I'm just gonna leave this one like this for now. And we'll just kind of set him up here. So we're just gonna start with one side here. We'll start with his little head and we'll just kind of work our way around. And so all kinds of just little seashells. So just got this. I'll let him sit there. We've got this lovely. And then we've got this one with a little bit of the netting, the curvy starfish. This little leg kind of went over the face of my turtle. I didn't see that initially, but I think that they will be really pretty when they're hanging on a tree. And so we did shiny ones, we did matte ones, we did them in different lengths. And I think these are just gonna be pretty once they're in the tree. What do you guys think? Do you think this is something you could do? If you want to go something a little brighter, a little different, there are a whole ton of different transfers over at Essential Stencil that you could use, and you can use found objects, found items to glue to your piece if you don't have seashells. Okay, well that is what I had for you guys. Stay tuned, check out the designs over at essentialstencil.com. If you buy anything, make sure you use a discount code like METTLE, METTLE, to save yourself at checkout. You guys be blessed, take care, and have a fantastic week. Bye friends.